Hello and welcome to my show. Friends, I am sure you all must have heard of the four-letter word fuck sometime or the other in your life. Well, it's a scandalous and a vulgar cuss word not meant for the civil society, but then it has a lot to do with the making and breaking of life. Before I move ahead, let me refresh you with the meaning of this word. One, of course, is the usual one, to have a sexual intercourse, and running alongside that, it is also used when expressing extreme anger or to add force to what is being said. Friends, some words get banned because of its dirty meaning. According to Oxford Dictionary, fuck also means your ruins. Let me now contrast two sentences, or I would say, let me now construct two sentences for you using the four-letter word. One is, I don't give a fuck. It means I don't care. Second is, I give a fuck, which means to care about something. But friends, why am I telling you all this? It's because I am going to take you through this deadly book titled The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. It's a counterintuitive approach to living a good life by Mark Manson, who's the author. Friends, counterintuitive means contrary to intuition or a kind of a common sense expectation. I would call this book a wonder book because the author converts the four-letter word fuck into a handy and appropriate life lesson for readers. New York Times and Globe and Mail, Globe and Mail is a Canadian chronicle, have declared this book as a bestseller. The other word extensively used in this book is sucks. Now, sucks means an expression of disappointment. The book is priced at about $17.99. It was published in somewhere around 2016, and the name of the publisher is Harper One. And now let me tell you, the book lives its title. काफ़ी दिल खोल के लिखा है author ने. Mark Manson is a star blogger with more than 2 million readers. He lives in New York City. The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck is his first book. For this day and age, the book is a self-help guide constructed by a superstar blogger. It charts the course for us to make us happier and stronger, which is the real medicine, of which is to handle adversity better and stop trying to be positive all the time. The gap, of course, between the two is very thin. For the past few years, Mark Manson, through his wildly popular blog, has been working on correcting our delusional expectations for ourselves and for the world. He now brings his hard-fought wisdom to this groundbreaking book. Manson makes the argument that human beings are flawed and limited. As he writes, not everybody can be extraordinary. There are winners and losers in the society, and some of it is not fair or your fault. Manson advises us to get to know our limitations and accept them. This, he says, is the real source of empowerment. Once we embrace our fears, faults, and uncertainties, once we stop running from and avoiding and start confronting painful truths, we can begin to find the courage and confidence we desperately seek for in life. In life, we all have a limited amount of fucks to give, so you must choose your fucks wisely. Manson brings a much needed grab you by the shoulders and look you in the eyes moment of real talk filled with entertaining stories and profane, ruthless humor. This narration is a refreshing slap on the face for all of us so that we can start to lead a more contented and grounded life. The book is a little over 200 pages, and if one goes at an uninterrupted pace, one could even finish it within 2 days, as it is a real page turner, written in lucid English, quite easy to comprehend. It has long, gripping sentences with appropriate pauses in terms of sentence breaks, as well as and well-suited prepositions. The author has curtailed unnecessary flab in his narration. Within a para, the breaks are few, and that gives a good flow of thoughts, so very necessary for such lesson-emitting books. The sentences are quite meaningful, and more than that, the thoughts are quite out of the box. It is divided into 9 chapters with sub-chapters. The book hinges on 2 prime words, fucks, or rather fuck and sucks. Everyone believes the key to a good life is a nice job, a sexy limousine, a pretty girlfriend. The world constantly keeps telling you that the path to a better life is to have more and more of these. Buy more, own more. You are constantly bombarded with messages to give a fuck about everything and at all times. But the key to a good life is not giving a fuck about more, but giving a fuck about less, or giving a fuck about only what is true and immediate and important. I'm sorry for having used the 4-letter word so very often in this narration, but without which you would not get the real feel of the book. The book has many interesting stories and anecdotes that I would not like to disclose in great detail, but of course I like the one about the Japanese second lieutenant and the rock star band. The book teaches that life is essentially an endless series of problems. Problems never stop, they get exchanged or upgraded. Happiness is a constant work in progress. It teaches you the value of suffering. Human beings often dedicate a large part of their lives to seemingly useless and destructive causes. It says happiness is a problem, yet happiness comes by solving problems. And mind you, you're not special. The book defines certain values as shitty. It says a lot of time in your life is wasted in choosing. And of course, failure is the way forward. It talks about action, inspiration, and motivation. Most of us commit to action only if we feel a certain level of motivation. And we feel motivated only when we find enough emotional inspiration. The book inspires you to believe that you are wrong about everything. The author cites examples in terms of cartographers who some 500 years ago believed that California is an island. Doctors believed that by slicing a person's arm open or causing bleeding anywhere, one could cure a disease. Scientists believed that fire was made out of something called phlogiston, which is a combustible substance. Women believed that rubbing dog urine on their face had anti-aging benefits. Astronomers believed that the sun revolved around the earth. But then, were they all right? So friends, I would seriously recommend you to read this book. If not for anything else, at least it will advise you how to be comfortable in negative situations. While reading this book, I was of course reminded of my own poem that I had written some time back, the title of which is Bad Times is a Friend of All Times, published in a book titled Rhythm in Poems. I would give this debut book of Mark Manson 8 out of 10. So friends, if you like my show, kindly share it and also also press the like icon, and don't forget to subscribe the channel by pressing the red icon and also the bell so that you are notified each time we upload a video. And for now, goodbye and see you soon.